The way you're going to become proficient with these techniques is with constant practice. Now, when you see these techniques, you should practice them in sections. Practice the block first. Practice the direction. You know, break it up. The reason I do them at a moderate speed the first time, and then I do them slow the second time and explain them, is so that you will have time to see and understand everything that's being done. So take your block and do it about 10 or 15 times. And when you feel comfortable with that block, then take your next movement, whatever it may be, if it's a punch or a kick or a forearm strike or whatever it may be. Take it in sections and practice it. You should practice as much as you possibly can. You can never practice too much. A lot of people see me practice and they say, how come I'm still practicing the basic punch and the basic kick and the basic block? It's because you only become perfect or expert with your technique by constant practice. There's no such thing as enough that you practice enough. You can't practice for 2-3 weeks and say you know your technique. You got to go over and over and over and over again. And even when you become proficient with it, you must still practice it every so often, so it stays there, because it's not a thing that you'll use every day. It's like graduating from high school or college. If you don't do any of that stuff that you practice for 3-4 years, you try to go back to it, you lose it. So it's the same thing with self-defense. So practice, very, very important. The old saying, practice makes perfect, so that's what you have to do. The other thing, stances. Stances are very important when you're doing a technique. It's not just the upper body. If you know in there, when you see the techniques, you're going to notice that I shift over to the side, or I go backwards, or I go forward, but I go according to my opponent's movement. So this is very important. It's like a boxer doing shadow boxing. So make sure that you practice these techniques very carefully. Don't be in a hurry. And I'm sure if you practice properly, you will learn the techniques with no problem at all.